In a junket situation, I used to call it like a petting zoo for celebrities. They sit there for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
They do 60 interviews. You get 4 minutes. So you,
story.
yeah, you gotta break the ice as soon as you walk in. And I sat down and said to him, "How did that urine taste?" And he said to me, "What outlet are you with?" And I thought, "Oh, I'm in trouble."
What outlet? Oh, boy.
With the
outlet
one
are
with
you
Steve
with?
Edwards.
Were
That's
you
what I
with-
always say.
Hey, everybody, welcome. We're back again. It is so.
Unanchored.
All right. Okay. Your name is?
Jillian Barbary.
You are?
Dorothy Lucy.
And my name is Steve, and we are glad that you are here. By the way,
You don't have a last name?
no,
Okay.
I changed it. If you
Just
remember.
Steve.
You're just Steve.
He's in hiding.
Um,
Witness protection. And this is where to
if
be.
you're watching, and you kind of like it, please subscribe. Do that. All right. It doesn't cost anything, and whatever else you have to
And
do.
like it if you do. And if
Don't
you
like
don't,
it if you don't.
comment.
And then if you hate it, unsubscribe.
We enjoy hate too.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right. I wanted. I always like to have a topic. Okay.
Oh, dear.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
dear.
All right.
Yes.
For the love.
Worst interview you ever did?
Well, it's going to be with you, not you.
No, I
personally,
know
but
what you mean. I
yeah.
was there with you.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've
You were
had
there
some
with me.
awkward moments where people walked off the set. Angelina Jolie, I did piss her off once.
You
All right, well, let's
did.
tell the story. Don't just.
Well, you actually, that was when you were on Scoop. We pissed a lot of people.
No,
that
I
was
was
not
not
our
Angelina
show.
Jolie
But
with
we
you.
pissed people off on our show.
No, you
Oh,
were
yeah.
sitting there with
Oh,
her
that
when this
was me,
happened.
yeah.
And people have walked off. Kat Von D, who
Kat
else
Von
walked
D
off?
pissed off at me and left.
I wasn't there. Yeah,
Well,
all right.
I just want to
Slow-
say one thing though.
please.
Pissing people off in this business, they're so used to having their asses kissed is a very easy thing to do.
Mhm.
And having them react so largely is a little shocking.
Right.
Not a lot of people have. I think it's a great badge of honor. So I loved it when it happened. I know maybe it wasn't the feeling of
I mean, it feels awkward, but our show was awkward, right?
it
Wasn't
was
that our?
so awkward.
Not
I
quite
wish
as
you were
awkward as
there.
this.
That was our
I wasn't
vibe.
there.
It
It
was-
wouldn't have happened.
It probably wouldn't
No,
have.
it
You
wouldn't
would have
have.
been able to
Yeah,
fix it. Okay,
yeah.
you tell
Oh, you
Angelina.
weren't there that day.
No, it was Jeff
No,
Michaels.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
okay.
horrible.
All right, so we had Angelina Jolie or Angelina Foley, as you
Yes,
used to call her.
that's right.
But she wasn't there in studio because she's too big of a star.
Satellite.
So it was a satellite thing, right? And I was just interviewing her, and she had. This is way back. I'm sure I pissed off people since then. She was.
Was it? She was with Billy
forget
Bob
which
then.
movie. Yes. You know, we were there at the Oscars when she made out with her brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we saw that.
She was standing this
She
far
was
away
like,
from us.
oh,
when she was
although I'd make out with Billy
walking the
Bob.
red carpet.
Can I keep you on target
This
for a
is
moment?
just a slight digression.
Okay.
This far away from us, she's walking the red carpet at the Oscars. She was new. We hardly knew she was gorgeous, but we
No,
hardly
you
knew she
were
was.
John Voight's daughter.
Yes,
That's what she was.
Yeah,
famous
that's where
for.
you. Yeah,
Gorgeous girl. And she stopped in front of us, not to
Yep.
talk to us,
yeah.
but to have a very long kiss with who we thought was her date.
But they looked exactly alike.
With her brother. Anyway.
And she said, I asked her about that later on. And she said, I did that because I wanted to avoid talking to Dorothy and Jill.
Probably.
Okay, so Satellite, I'm interviewing her. She had done a Barbara Walters interview the night before where she had talked about everything in her life. This is way back. And she talked about being bisexual. So in our interview, and this is totally my fault because I didn't read the room even though she wasn't in the room.
Did they have rules beforehand? Because a
No,
lot of
there were
times.
no rules.
Oh,
There were
okay.
no rules.
Because sometimes they'll
Yeah,
give
don't
Dorothy,
ask.
don't ask,
Yeah.
don't talk about this. That happened to you on Scoop with Hugh. You weren't supposed to ask about the hooker, and
Grant.
Hugh Grant. I remember that. You told me that. You're like, yeah, they don't want us to bring it up, and I was like, oh, you should bring it up because
I was
that's
there
good
that night at
TV.
the Tonight Show when Jay Leno brought it up to him. When Jay Leno said to him,
What the hell were you
thinking?
And that really launched.
And that was a breakthrough night for
Jay,
him.
yeah. So I asked her, and you know me, I did it in my backpedal way,
Sure.
like, you know,
Yeah.
I said something about, so do you prefer men or women? I don't know what I said.
And I would have said, I'm available,
And
Angela.
boom, interview over.
I remember it was
They pulled the
bars.
plug.
They pulled
Yeah.
the plug.
But
It just went like that. Yeah.
you know, when you're sitting with somebody and you can do the Diane Sawyer lean in, then you can ask that kind of question. Barbara Walters can ask that kind of question.
Yeah.
Me on a satellite interview, I should not have gone there.
Well, but also-
Remember Lisa Breck with Liam Neeson had a moment like that once.
Well,
too.
His scared me.
with Liam.
Was that in person?
She also
No,
had
it
it
was
with,
a
with
satellite
Barry
thing.
Manilow of all people.
Oh, Barry got
remember
pissed
that.
at her.
Lisa Breckenridge is the sweetest person on earth. She's run into more of these things. And then
What was-
that actress, when she said, so and so is your baby daddy? and that actress was so offended. And
Who? Oh my
I
God.
was thinking because I was watching Friends and Neighbors. I was watching the finale the other night, and I was thinking about Amanda Peet because once we were on with her, and she's like, "You guys are so awkward," and we're like, "Yeah, that's what we do.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's us."
that's hysterical. Wait, go back. What happened with Liam Neeson? Did she ask about maybe his wife?
And it was, you know,
Pretty.
He's-
sometime. No, it
He
was sometime
scares
after
me.
she had passed, and I believe the movie had a theme
Okay.
that was somewhat
related.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I think in a very gentle way, she tried to
I'll
go
be
there.
him. I'll
and-
be him. You be her. Okay, go ahead. 'Cause I remember this.
Well, if it's me, I'm like, so I just kind of wanted to ask you about I don't even think she got any further than that.
Don't go there, Dorothy. Don't
But say
go
Lisa.
there.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
used that voice.
Suddenly,
Like
it was, I will get
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I will get you. Now, my worst interviews.
find you and I will kill you.
You will be taken.
My worst interviews aren't about those things because those are superficial. My worst interviews are I was once interviewing a guy, and in the middle of the interview, he passed out on camera.
Were you bored him? What happened?
And well, I got another one like that on camera, and the medics came, and right off, I'm like doing a cooking segment, and you,
Oh dear.
stay with us, stay with us. No,
Yeah.
here's a misread though.
Yeah.
Usually, you think you in 2 seconds you have a sense of the person, and
Yeah.
you know where you can go,
And you,
and
yeah,
what
with,
you
with
can
him,
push.
it,
What's
yeah.
the sense of humor?
thought he was
how will it
playful.
work? Yeah,
I was
how
at a
will it work?
junket with oh my God, what was it? Waterworld, that terrible movie, Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
And if you remember in the movie, he drinks urine because there was a lot of water.
Oh, by the
and
way, he doesn't do it with his wife. Oh, that's another podcast.
That was the last podcast. I never pee in
Ours?
front of my husband, you know.
Oh,
that.
that's right.
No, I'm sorry.
Please
Sorry.
refer back to the
No,
last
wait, take that out,
podcast
please.
if you
I'd
want-
already
if
forgotten.
you want that
Alright.
explanation. And remember, Kevin came on the show a lot
Yeah,
years
yeah.
later.
Yeah.
It was lovely. But this was maybe the first time I ever interviewed him. And a junket situation, I used to call it like a petting zoo for celebrities. They sit
Yeah.
there for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
They do 60 interviews. You get 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Unless
So
you're a
you-
big star, you get 10.
Yeah, and you gotta break the ice as soon as you walk in. And I sat down and said to him, "How did that urine taste?" And he said to me, "What outlet are you with?" And I thought, "Oh, I'm in
What
trouble."
outlet? Oh boy.
With the
outlet
one
are
with
you
Steve
with?
Edwards.
Were
That's
you-
what I was saying.
were
But
you
we
with us?
also
Yes, I
we
was
also
with
had
you. I was with your
great
outlet.
people that like Colin Farrell. He's like, "Is that Jillian?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yes, it is."
No, we were
Shia
with-
LaBeouf. He's like, "Jillian, is that you?" I go, "Yeah." And he
But
goes,
what would
"You're a
happen-
rock star." I was like, "Oh, thank you." There were people that got
What
us.
would happen is they do satellites all day.
Yeah.
And it starts early on the East Coast. The
And
last
then
one they would do
would be us.
would
Would
be
be
home.
us.
would
And they'd be like, "Oh, I
they'd be
know you
home
guys."
cooking.
Yeah.
They'd be very relaxed
Yeah.
by the time. I once,
I got to tell the Kat Von D story
Angelina Jolie
before,
wasn't so relaxed.
before we move on because I think there's 2 ways it could have gone. She was very
Certainly.
pissed. If you were there, you could have completely, we handled it. And Jeff Michaels was filling in.
Jeff Michael, a great news anchor.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he was filling in for Steve. There's nobody
Feels
like
good
Steve.
music, Sure.
Yeah, whatever you think. Okay. He's a newsman. And then these news guys would come in and they would think that they owned it. Pissed me off, like the Rick Garcias and the Jeff
Because the mistake they made was when they brought somebody to fill in, they made that person my role, which didn't make sense when I
Right.
was
Like
away
the
because
traffic cop.
it should have been you
Bryan
guys. Yeah.
Cranston filled in.
Oh my God.
George Lopez filled in. When they had big celebrities, it was way fun.
And Bryan Cranston, if you don't know,
He was
is the
amazing.
funniest person
Funniest
alive.
guy alive. But they'd have these anchormen fill in, and they felt like they needed to control us. And so Kat Von D sitting and waiting to be on the show.
Who's
And
Kat Von D?
Kat Von D, she married to Jesse James at the time. She's a tattoo,
Tattoo
artist.
artist.
Now
Yeah.
she's a born again Christian. She has a bald cat.
She
I
had
don't
a
know, she has a
reality
house.
show
She left
for a long
Hollywood.
time.
So she is sitting and waiting to come on. Now, her and Jesse had broken up their engagement at this point, and it was on, I guess their show was on TLC, if I'm not mistaken, whatever. And we had a bunch of clips. TLC sends clips, we get them, we pull them. I don't know what happened at that particular day, but we had ran the clip, and it was a fight or it's when they broke up. And she was standing there waiting to come on, and we go from the clip, and we hear some kerfuffle. And then I'm like, I see her, and she's walking off, and I'm like, what's going on? And you probably, then they show her in the hall.
You could have smoothed it over.
Like, I was like, yeah, it's your show. I started getting pissed. I was like, lady, like, don't send us the clip then if you don't want it
Oh,
aired.
yeah,
like,
you
I
were
was
like yelling at her out the
I
door.
was yelling at her. I was like, what are you doing? This is your show and they're airing it. We're just showing a clip. Like, what's the problem? Like, where are you? She's in the hall. And later we took clips of her leaving, and we were airing that of her in the hall, the black and white,
And I think
which was
that really
hilarious. Pissed her off.
I pissed off
And then-
Jesse once.
Wait, okay, so Jesse ended up calling
Right,
me.
then explain
a year-
Jesse,
Okay,
explain
Jesse
Jesse.
James was married to Sandy Bullock. Then he ended up
The motorcycle business guy.
Right. And so he called me and he's like, I want to apologize for her behavior. And I was like, I really could give a shit. But I think if you were there, it would have been a much different outcome.
Well,
because
first
Jeff,
of all, I kind of know her.
yeah, but
we've
Jeff
been
was
with
like
her.
trying to be all newsy.
I
Oh,
mean-
excuse me. What's happening here? I'm back in a moment. Oh,
No,
wait a minute. Hold, please.
he's the
They're
guy-
talking to me about your piece.
He's
Hold,
the
everybody.
guy trying to do his best in the moment.
Oh, God, give me a break. You know what? They should have let Dorothy and I fucking do what we did best, which was that show. And they shouldn't have allowed those men to come in and take over thinking they were the fucking boss with the hot sauce, because you weren't. You were anchorman and you didn't belong in
we
Steve's
did have
chair.
a lot of, sorry, when
You
you
were
were
a
gone, we did have a
host.
lot of
Well,
fun people.
but there's a distinction.
Henry Winkler
but-
used
no,
to
no.
sit in a lot.
But the
Let me-
celebs were
let me
different.
explain-
Howie Mandel.
Let me explain something
Celebs
to
were
you.
different.
The third hour, the 9 o'clock hour,
News
the
event.
celebrity would come in, didn't have the same responsibilities.
Right.
The 7 to 9 hour was
Yeah,
different.
the
trying to
third
make
hour
you feel
was
bad?
sillier. Yeah.
No, it was making you feel better.
Oh,
So I
How
pissed
so?
off Jesse once by asking him a question about something that was in his book.
Yeah.
So apparently he hadn't read it, because I'm like, it's in your book. And I don't know if he said this isn't true or he just was
Oh.
offended. I'm like, but it's
it's
I once
not
had
hard. to-
one of the most famous directors and producers in the world. You may not know the name, but Josh Logan was as famous as you can get as a Broadway producer. movie
Oh,
producer,
Broadway.
and legendary figure.
Legendary.
And he's go ahead to the whole thing.
Legendary Iris Leon
We'll,
with jazz hands.
we'll explain later in the footnotes. So,
I'll explain the jazz hands later.
and so I'm on with Josh Logan, and I'm interviewing him, and I turn around to say something, and I turn back, and he's sleeping. It's live television.
Was he an old guy?
He was to me old. I was 28. So
Excuse
I
me,
didn't-
I won't say who, don't say who, because she's a friend of ours, but we had sitting in for you once.
Oh, yeah.
We
Oh,
had
yeah,
a
she fell
co-host
asleep.
who fell
May I
asleep.
finish? May I finish my?
Oh, sorry. It goes on.
May I finish?
Can you wake up?
There's more?
Yeah, there's more.
Wait, let me be Jill. Sure.
Yeah, thank you. And then
Sure.
interrupt. All right. So, and so I kind of, excuse me, Mr. Logan, Josh, and when you
I
did
believe I've seen the president do that.
and when you do, so you did South Pacific, and then you did what? Yes, I did. Well, we have a clip. We come back out of the clip, and he's sleeping again.
Oh, my God.
We have narcolepsy.
No, what I found out afterwards, he was on lithium carbonate. You know what that is?
No.
For people
Sounds serious.
who back those days we called bipolar back then.
Oh, yeah, sure.
What you called manic depressive then, called bipolar now. And what happens is when he's on it, he would suddenly just drift off right in the middle of the.
Well, we had a woman
Like said
fill in
co-host.
for me once, and I know that the booth was like, I don't take camera, whatever
was
she was.
asleep.
She did fall asleep.
You
We
know,
won't say.
somebody we know well.
Yeah.
somebody's
And
very
we
funny,
love-
but
we
we're
love
not gonna
this
say-
And then there
person.
were other people, and we don't have to name this name either, although we usually name names. There was someone who came in, actually two different people with a little,
On their nose, yeah.
Yeah,
I know who,
yeah.
a woman, right?
and a man.
Okay, I know the woman
The
you're
woman,
thinking
yeah.
of. I don't remember
How
the
about
man.
what's her
Oh,
name? Smith,
Smith.
the famous model who married the old guy.
Oh, God.
Anna
Smith.
Nicole.
Oh,
she
that
was
was
a mess.
sad.
That was sad.
It
She
was
a
very
mess.
sad.
And
She
here's
was,
the case where we were
she was
trying
like,
to help her. you know.
"What, Steve?
Yeah.
What?"
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
very sad. Yeah.
And she was
100%.
and she was there to promote something, so she
Yeah.
kept going to promoting whatever it was.
And
it
that was
just-
not too long before
No.
she was gone.
Few years. Yeah.
No, I've had situations. I had a guest
You ever
walk
have a co-host fall asleep?
right now.
Just once.
I'm aiming for it right now. I did, talking about all the women I worked with. I did a show called 330 that nobody remembers.
Because it wasn't on at
Tawny?
right? Wasn't it on at 4 or
No,
something?
Tawny was great. She was a great co-host. I had a different co-host every single week,
Oh, God.
and I did the show for 2 years
Why? Why'd they do that?
because they thought it was a good idea. Then we had,
Well, because you had a lot of celebrities.
yeah, they're all celebrities. They're all
oh,
celebrities.
okay.
And,
Oh,
or
that's kinda fun.
thought they were celebrities. And
That's
Uh,
not so fun.
Like,
we always say when you book a show, you're producing a show on Monday, we're going to get Barbara Streisand. All right, let's go for Barbara Streisand on Monday. By Friday, you are so happy you booked Joanne Worley.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's just, you've been through that. Our producer's been through that. one time I had a great co-host. You all know her, Adrienne Barbeau said.
Oh yeah, I love
And she was wonderful, and we were good friends and got along great. And she did a week, and I said, "Can you come back again?" Yeah, great. Would you come back again? Eventually, it was 13 weeks. So her
Wow.
manager said, "Well, obviously, something happening."
Yeah.
So she went to their management and said, "Why don't we just make a deal out of
offer,
this right now?" She never did the show again.
In other words, she wanted more money than they were.
They just weren't ready to commit to anything. But she was wonderful.
I believe when I first worked with you, it was on a one-day basis, different show.
2 days.
Was I supposed to be there 2 days, or you told me to come back the second day?
I was so in love with Dorothy. The idea.
First day.
The idea.
No, I watched her on the air. I just was
Exact opposite reaction that you had.
exact opposite reaction.
Interesting.
I saw you on the air and thought, please God, I'll never work with this woman. But you were so pretty, and that voice and the thing, and funny and whatever, and the eyes, and
And the
suddenly,
boobs and the legs.
No
Oh,
boobs,
sorry.
no boobs.
That
Yeah,
was
that was
me.
you.
but legs. She was famous for her legs.
Yeah.
You were famous
Still
for your
is.
My
legs.
mom legs. She
Yeah.
had good legs.
So we had a direct friend of ours. I said, "What does she like to work with?" He said, "Just check out her legs."
Oh my God.
Misogynist.
Now
person, but a gay
today,
guy,
can you
so-
imagine?
Really?
No, he was a gay guy. He can
Who?
get
I
on
want to
it.
thank him.
My wife
okay.
figured that out.
Okay.
Your friend.
Do I know him?
Not
I
now.
don't think you ever did.
So,
Day
I-
one.
I
Good.
I love her. I think she'll be perfect. She's the answer. We're looking for a co-host, and she comes in, and she still was everything she was, except there was a little problem with timing.
Oh.
I still have that issue.
I said I felt like every time I
I thought, I
turned,
can work with her. I can.
every
hold
time
her.
I turn to her, she turns at the same time. It's like our noses hit. You know what I mean? The timing
Like
was
when you
just-
bend down to get something in
Yeah,
the
come
palm
up
of
and
the head.
boom.
Yeah. That's hysterical.
And I never.
What show was that?
It was a show that I did called
Not AMLA.
Live in LA.
Live in LA.
What?
This is
You know my
well
history.
before we worked
Let,
together.
let me give you my history in Los Angeles. Two in the Town did not have the name, but I did AMLA, AM Los Angeles. I did Live in Los Angeles. I did Good Day in Los Angeles.
Were these all morning shows?
And I used to say that
330.
all that was left was Channel 13, So Long, Los Angeles.
That's what you're doing now. So
Yes,
unanchored.
so long. And so she came in and
Loved me.
just adorable. And
Then there was day two.
no. But I thought, well, tomorrow we'll work the kinks out. I'm good at this.
Of course.
So I'll figure out the timing and whatever. And it was worse. Day two was
Yeah. How'd you
We had
manage?
lunch, right?
we had lunch.
We had
Oh,
lunch.
that was the mistake.
We did have lunch, and it didn't help.
You made her
And so she
pay.
came back the second day, and it was the timing was all over.
I did not get the job.
You know,
Who got the job?
the first time the three of us went on together on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Jay said, "What is it like?" And I said, "Jay, I haven't finished a sentence since 1987."
And
Like,
you weren't lying.
So it was like that with Dorothy. Every time I got to the punchline, I'm about to do the scoring line. Say, well, you know, I did the same thing. Okay,
Has anything changed?
No.
you've gotten better.
I have a question.
You molded me.
Did anyone get that job on a permanent basis, or did they just kind of move on?
You did sort of just continue to
job-
cycle through the babes.
The job had been Cindy Garvey,
Right.
Oh, right.
and then
By the way, she was married to Steve Garvey, and then she was part of the OJ trial. That's how I know her name.
that's how you know her. Okay.
Yeah.
And we never got, Tawny was doing the news, so she'd come in and sit in with me. And then we never got another person, then the show was canceled, so it didn't matter. So
Oh, okay. Now, but you did a show. I have a question for you because I was doing a podcast with Hugh Hefner's son, and we were talking about the Playboy Mansion here compared to Chicago. Chicago's was so classy, and now there are townhomes. And if I look at the paintings inside the Chicago Playboy Mansion, did you ever get a chance while you were on air in Chicago to
yes,
shut up?
I did. I didn't care, but I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was beautiful.
I was in an anti-Playboy state of mind back then. I used to,
Oh, it's the name of my next album.
no, I used to think, you know, there's a lot of misogyny here. I don't know if we use that word
Interesting,
then.
yeah. But what about the artwork and the
You've always been
furniture?
involved.
You didn't care?
I was in the house interviewing.
Which
cats
house?
Here.
Oh, yeah,
And
it's
the
cheesier
answer-
here.
Yeah, very.
Oh, it's total cheese.
Surprisingly cheesy.
Oh, yeah. I went there with Pam Anderson. When you go with Pam, she's
Oh,
like,
she
he
is
loves
the
her.
Playboy
She,
Mansion.
she is the
Did
man.
you go in the grotto?
Yeah, dipped a toe in, it turned gangrene. No,
Gangrene.
yeah, no, but Pam and I had a full day there, and then of course Hef came up, but she's like his be all end all. And what? Liam Neeson? What about him? No, that was all fake. That was just promotion for the movie.
Dating, I think, right?
They weren't.
Yeah, they
it
were
was a nice.
pretending to
It
date.
was a nice.
It was a
story
good
for the
promotion, but
movie.
not
It was a
true.
feel good. It was a feel good.
Yeah,
story.
I mean, you know what Heather and I talked about, because Heather and Pamela were both married to Tommy Lee, and at the time there was a award show, and Lisa Ashley, our very good friend, was with Heather, and I was with Pamela. And Lisa and I were texting, and I'm like, "Is it true these fucking women have never met?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I go, "Oh no, that's happening right now." So we were trying to find each other in the crowd. They met each other very briefly.
And was
but
Pam still with Tommy, or that was
over.
Yeah.
But I was talking to Heather like 2 weeks ago about Pam, and no, 2 months ago, because we were still thinking that was possible. And she goes, "Is it real? I hope this is real for her.
Yeah.
I hope she finds like happiness. Like that seems like that would be so nice." And I said, "Yeah, I would love for that to be real, but it's not. It was just a great publicity thing, you know."
I'm reminded of. I had that kind of anti-Playboy feeling. Although everybody wanted to book Hef all the time.
Yeah.
Have all, you know.
I
And so I changed stations. I went to another station, and they did a really sweet thing. They threw a little party for me. You know where it was?
Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
Hey man, wait, here
That's
or in
so you.
Chicago?
No, here.
Oh,
so you.
Although I did like Hef's daughter. She's still involved.
Christy,
Christy took over.
she's gone now.
She was very impressive to me.
She's gone.
Yeah.
But his sons are extremely impressive with Kimberly. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
She used to be a watcher of Good Day LA. And
Yeah, she was always lovely.
she was lovely. And the boys, I mean, she has raised some incredibly smart young men. But
Now, when you got fired from this job, did any of us get a party?
no, in fact, we got a kick in the ass on the way out,
Did
and
I
a
get
pack of
party?
matches.
Did I get a party? Yeah, a posse.
No party.
Yeah.
None of us got a party.
No,
You brought champagne on my last day.
I did.
And our news director, remember, he came out on the set and said, "Why are you drinking?" And I'm like, dude, who cares?
cares at
What-
this point? I
what-
fucking should light up a joint.
What very nice.
I don't smoke pot though.
What very nice thing was said to you your last day?
You know, you don't think about that shit.
No,
You
no, she
get
thinks
fired.
about this
Get
one.
out.
No.
Don't let
Why
the door
are you
hit
still
you.
here?
No, you're going to be embarrassed. Okay.
Oh.
all
What?
right, okay.
What?
Colin Powell, you mean?
Colin Powell was on
Interviewed
the show.
Colin Powell. He was like he was my last guest
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
on Good Day LA.
Yeah. And
And
he
he
said
said-
to her,
He said,
"Why are you being worried?"
He said, "Yeah, you ask good questions.
Yeah.
Why are they firing you?"
On the air?
Yes, somebody
Oh,
obviously told him
I
beforehand. It was
Yeah.
my
love
last
it.
day.
Yeah.
You know
He
what?
was lovely.
I know that Howard Stern's wife, Beth Stern, came in, and I was gone at that point, and she was like, "What is going on? Why is Jillian not here? Like, she's the reason I come." And like, she was like,
Yeah. And I thought she liked me. All right.
"No, she does, but you
I
know,
remember that, like, no one was allowed to say our name.
yeah, with Voldemort, we're still
Oh,
not."
this is after you were gone. I see.
But I know that there's been some turnarounds lately that shocking, and I guess they have new management yet again. And some people
Well,
wonder, well, if you're so good at your job, why do they fire you? New management comes in and they want to put their
But
name on the
also,
show.
television.
You know what I'm
even
talking
since-
about, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you just wrote.
No, I don't want to because it just happened.
Changes at the show.
And she's not on air.
You know.
Oh,
Open your eyes, jackass.
Now, how to relate that to this if you don't know? That looks like
initials.
that looks like a penis.
Do you want me to draw a penis? Maybe you'll recognize if I draw her penis.
No, but you also understand about
Yes.
television has changed even dramatically since you guys were.
Yeah.
doing-
Oh yeah, I'll never go back to it.
No, but what I'm saying is the viewership has changed. The money in the marketplace has changed. Nobody. I was interviewed, by the way, by my granddaughter,
Oh, Molly.
How
Yes,
sweet.
Molly.
Wait, how old is she now?
37.
Stop
No,
it.
no, she's 17. I know, it's shocking. So she was interviewing me about what's happened with television and television.
Oh my God.
So I turned it around a little bit. I
Is she
said,
doing a piece for school?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Oh wow.
So
so cool.
I said to her, let me ask you a couple of questions. Where do you get your news from?
Yeah. Have you ever watched TV?
Do you know anybody? You have any friends? You have a couple of smart friends. Do they ever watch news on television?
No,
Never.
I don't get my
Do
news
they
from
ever
TV.
watch? Do they ever watch primetime television?
Even my college journalism students.
Scott Pelley's gone from 60 Minutes. The last bastion of real investigative journalism is dead.
A lot of people are
We're
gone
fucked.
from 60 Minutes.
We're fucked.
But I would
Talk
say
about that. I have a lot to say about that.
Yes, please. Let's talk about it.
The other three
the
are
other
saying.
three.
John Wertheim, nobody knows who he is.
Barry Weiss.
no,
She's ruining everything. She.
Leslie Stahl is saying. And,
Bill Whitaker.
Bill Whitaker.
Have
And
fun.
leave the third guy out.
And John Wertheim.
They're gonna get edited
Nobody knows
on.
him.
Wertheim.
They're going to
Yes.
get edited all the shit.
Yeah.
What do you
60
think?
Minutes is a TV show that A, gets ratings and B, makes money, which a lot of news does not
Do
these
not,
days.
yeah.
Right. And even their ratings are very depressed from where they were.
But they still made
They
a
get
ton,
Ton of money,
last year.
considering
They
how
get-
much they are up against. They used to just be a 3-4 station, ABC, NBC,
They
CBS,
get about-
and then Fox.
They
But
get about 8 or 9 million viewers.
it's still huge.
Which in the old days was, it's a huge number.
It
now.
is huge.
It's a very old audience, and that's why you can only sell pharmaceuticals and.
So
whatever.
tell us what about Scott
Well, it
Pelley
comes
and your
on after
thoughts.
Sports, and so they do sometimes get like a younger audience.
They
Just
never get a
because-
younger
All
audience,
right,
so.
never.
But they get people who want
But they get people to watch. It's the greatest newscast,
Yeah.
the most successful newscast in the history of television.
And the
Yeah.
pieces are generally brilliant.
in depth.
Yeah,
Okay,
very-
so
very
Scott
good.
Pelley.
They used to be so rich. I was reading a book that one of the producers wrote. He said, "This is what I would do. I'd go to the airport and I'd look at all the out-of-town newspapers, and I'd pick up a newspaper and I'd see something that looks good. I got on the plane and went to that town immediately
Yeah.
and called back and said, 'Send a crew, I got a story.' They were spending so much money on it back. I don't know if they do that now. I think it's a very, very sad situation, only because Barry Weiss has some qualities. Her free press thing is pretty good. It's all the result, I think, as you all know, of the Ellison family wanting to buy things.
Which is why
and-
Stephen Colbert is also gone.
And it was exactly, and needing the approval of Donald Trump because he could throw a wedge into the works. It's as simple as that. They wanted to acquire Paramount. They got Paramount. They want to get Warner's. They want to get Warner's. They
Tell
have to
people
get
why it's
approval.
so dangerous for one entity to own all of media, because we become state media. Essentially.
Right. What happens
it's like
to free speech?
It's like a monopoly. It's not as bad as the old days because you have so many other outlets. You didn't in the old days. Most people don't get their
Well,
information.
he's working on
anymore.
those too. There's a lot of people that do news. Aaron Parnas. There's great.
You know who his father
They
is?
were
Les.
also
I do know
on
Les Parnas.
CNN.
Lev Parnas. Yeah, he talks about that. But also, if you go on, there's some very great Associated Press. You get these very good reporters doing real journalism, and they're now on the White House hit list. So one of them went on. He's on the White House page, and he's being monitored by
There
it's
are-
like
there
he's
are-
25 years old. Oh my God, he's just trying to get the scoop.
There are thousands of Parnassus. There are.
But Aaron gets a lot
we
of.
don't know what I'm. There's a point here. When I was younger,
Mia Farrow's son.
we lived in what you call a monoculture. We all experienced the same thing at the same time.
Right.
We all heard
Yeah.
the same things.
Yeah.
We're all
You're right.
talking about the same
Walter
things.
Cronkite talking about
Now-
JFK dying.
Now we have 50,000 different ways, and you can get so passionate and say this guy is so big, and most of America never heard
But
of him.
Ronan Farrow does very.
No, but what I'm saying is we
I
don't.
know. I
we
know.
don't- We're not all.
I get it.
We're not, if Walter Cronkite could go on the air and say that the Vietnam War, the best we can hope for is a stalemate.
Well, actually, you know who it was.
You know, I'm saying, and have America react as one to that statement. We don't have
Part
that
of why the
anymore.
war ended.
Morley Safer, who showed the buildings.
He was there
He
for
was
60
there.
minutes.
Yeah,
For
Morley-
60 minutes.
Morley
Morley
was
Safer,
there.
a Canadian, went in and showed them with the flamethrowers killing people, burning them alive. And it was the first time Americans really saw, and they were like, fuck this. So I really think we are in trouble. I think Barry Weiss is a stooge. I can't stand her. She does not stand for free speech. All these people are about money for themselves. How about Ivanka right now? Oh my God, we were on an island. We were like, we discovered Albania.
In Albania.
And the protests are huge, but guess what?
They're
Is
building
he-
a luxury resort.
and
And too.
Is he well, who runs Albania? Is he a president, prime minister? What is he?
Albania.
No, he's saying too bad. We are allowing this to happen while thousands of people, not even a protest.
Wasn't his house set on fire?
Was it?
I think so.
The protesters are out there in big time. And when the other side says, Antifa, it's an organization. No, it's not. It's just people, decent people saying, get to the streets.
Right. We're living it. We used to talk about this in the old days when we did another podcast. Then I said, America's never been more polarized than it was. It's way
And
more.
now we are.
It's way more. The truth is, America was more polarized in 1865 when we had a civil war. But aside from that, everything
Do you have
people,
memories of that?
I covered it.
He actually, it was his first morning show. It was Good Morning Civil War.
It was Good Morning Gettysburg. You remember? It was a great.
Gettysburg.
It was a great
And remember
show.
those days when you didn't have a stylist, so Steve had buckles on his shoes
What do you mean?
and a musket
Wait,
at the side,
wait,
just in case they were
wait.
invaded.
Look,
He's got buckles.
I got buckles.
He's got buckles
Uh,
and laces.
So I want to make a larger point here. It's now us versus them about everything. Everything we look at, whatever it is seen through either you are for Donald Trump or you're against him. Then you can have 50,000 other categories, but it really comes down to
Well, he
them.
has interjected himself into every part of our lives.
Into
Everything.
whatever you
And
feel
it
about him.
And we used to interview him a million years ago
The great
when
moment.
he was
Uh,
a reality
a
star.
game show.
I'm
host.
gonna. Oh, wait a minute. Two things. One is
Two things.
I got two things.
Yeah, I know.
Spencer Pratt may or may not be mayor of Los Angeles. Probably not, but could be. Now, what's interesting is
Not looking at the numbers.
when
no.
when Spencer Pratt started running, he said, "Well, he's another reality show
star.
celebrity," and I would say they're making the comparison him and Donald Trump. I didn't know anybody grown up who knew who Spencer Pratt was.
Mhm.
Nobody I know knew who he was
You
at
didn't
all.
watch The Hills.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, no, exactly. Again, it was a small cohort of audience who followed it. We're living in a time right now where people only pay attention at a certain time. So I saw a staggering figure in primaries in the United States, and stop me if I'm going too deep. In primaries in the United States, 7% of people vote.
It's a tiny number.
And primaries, especially in the House of Representatives,
Decide
decide
everything.
87% of what the election is going to be. 7% take part. And if you look at the 7%, it is so skewed to
Boy.
old people, white people, people with money, conservative people.
That's why I always annoy my students and tell them to vote.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are passionate right now, though. The younger people, it started with the
Still, the very small numbers in California voted.
We all my life, I have heard this election is the youth election. I've heard this
Well,
since like 1960.
I have never, I mean, I hadn't voted
Did
until
you guys vote?
I hadn't voted until I voted for Biden and Harris. That was the first vote I've ever done. Yeah.
Well, she was a Canadian citizen.
Yeah. But you know, so I do think the importance of it, but I don't, this is what I
We
don't
should
like. When
say
I'm
you-
watching
we
them,
should say you became an American citizen, or people are going to be like, "Why did she vote? She was
Yeah.
in Canada."
That's what I just said.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
That was me. Just
So-
then. Yeah.
Sure.
when we have Congress and we have these we're interviewing this guy right now, and I'm sorry, not Marco Rubio, but the money guy. What's his name?
Bessent?
Who?
Scott Bessent.
Yes, Scott, not Bessent.
Bessent,
Peasant.
the Secretary of Treasury.
Yeah.
Scott Bessent.
You mean Ludnick?
Oh, it is. Okay. And he can't come up with. Everyone's saying he's like, no, the prices of groceries have gone down. I'm like, well, tell my fucking Bill that
Yeah.
the price of gas has
Well, no,
come
in
down
every,
under
in every
Trump.
cabinet meeting.
Stop
we are in
it.
the golden
Why-
age of the United States.
Why are they lying to us? And then you see those meetings, and they're like, they're kissing his boots. It's like an emperor or a
it is
dictator. They
like-
go around the table and tell him how good. It's like our producers' meetings when they used to tell Steve how great he was.
Same thing. We had to wake Steve up. Steve.
Yeah. You're amazing. Did you see Trump yesterday? He's like this.
He's
Yep.
meditating.
So you're saying you don't support Trump? Let me see if I can get
Well,
this.
that's not exactly what I'm saying.
But when we used to interview him back in the
Okay,
day,
I
we
gotta
always
go-
thought he was charming.
No, first
Always funny, not charming, funny.
Wait.
Funny.
So he comes in one time, and Melania is standing back there in the shade, and you're crazed that Melania was there.
Was I?
Yeah. Oh, it's
Then I sat with her for a full wedding at Howard Stern's. We sat at the same table. Boring. Go
Oh.
ahead.
She doesn't speak.
you are a table dropper.
Not unless Trump allows
So
her to speak.
Trump comes on this time, and you did something that was incredible. But I'm not going to tell what.
I
No.
corrected him when he was lying.
So he says, "I'll recreate the moment. You be you, I be me."
Okay, I could be.
And I have the #1 show on American television. It's #1.
It's actually like number 14, but it's doing really well in
You
the
said, no,
ratings.
you said-
Awesome.
what you said was, no, Donald, You had paper in your hand.
I had
Oh,
the
good.
You
ratings.
said your
Good.
show was 34th this week.
34. Oh, you checked
34.
him. I
Yeah.
love that.
Jeez.
Well,
Good.
But then he just repeated it, and I'm number one.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh, no, it's fake.
I know,
That's
even back then ratings
crazy.
are paid. But he was a guest and he was a celebrity, and so I wasn't going to make a big deal out
Can I
of
ask
it.
a
I just
question?
mentioned it
Please,
once.
go
This
ahead. Go ahead,
whole,
Jill.
you know, to me, it's a big vanity project. From the arches to the name over John Kennedy, the fucking pool. It's like the
Yeah,
reflecting pool.
right.
He's paid. Oh, shut up.
It's never
So,
enough.
It's never enough. So I have a question. When he was at the meeting the other day, and he's like, "There's the Empire State Building, and there's the pool." It's like, you didn't build that pool. It's been there forever. Why is he comparing it to the size of?
I don't
What the fuck is his obsession with sizes of things? Let's move on. I'm sorry.
Okay, all
Scott's
right
mad.
then.
We're not
All
going to
right.
get anywhere with
Here,
this.
here, I'll give you a sure.
Sure. Tell me how great those anchors were when they filled in for you. How great Jeff, Michael, and Rickles.
What is your
Tell
problem?
me again.
What is your problem?
Just say how great
what
they
are
were.
you angry about?
I'm not angry. Just tell them.
Huh? You know,
Because
when
you didn't
we-
have to sit there with them while they're trying to shut us up and
when
move us along.
When we were gone, he got cute babes.
They
He
were,
got, like,
yeah,
cute
they were
actresses.
dismissive of us, and it's like,
That's
this is
right.
our show.
I get always want, yeah, I did. I get always want to
Exactly.
throw
These
feedback at
guys
you.
were being.
And you didn't watch The
dismissive.
Hills, but those girls were always on.
They were always on. I never watched The Hills. In fact, I always got
girls were
confused
on?
because I thought,
Oh, the girls would come on as guests.
yeah, I
not
always thought The
co-hosts.
Hills
Okay.
was the OC. I would get so confused.
Well, it was a spinoff.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
spinoff.
I didn't
What
get
shows
it.
are you watching right now?
You want? Can I?
I just finished Friends and Neighbors.
Can I
Yeah, you
express
love
something
that.
to you now? This is going to be boring, but it's a passion. You always talk about
Take
obsession.
it easy. Just tell me a
You're
show.
always talking about obsession. You
Sure.
always overuse the word
Yeah.
Emma. You know Emma, Jane Austen's Emma.
Of course.
And you know there was a movie with,
Gwyneth Paltrow and
Yeah.
lots of other people. Yes.
well, there was a version made in 2009 with an actress named Romola Garai. Do you know who she is?
I know the name. I don't know. I can't picture her face.
She is so wonderful. I said to Jean, I'm in love here. I just,
You want to find out more about her?
I don't want to see her out of this context. No, I think I just want to see her in this context playing Emma. She is so wonderful.
It's funny we have her here today. Please come in.
Steve, your biggest dream is just walking in.
It's 4 parts. It's I get it on BritBox, but it's probably available other places.
Yeah.
She is so good, and I'm so in love with her. Emma.
I
So
like that you tell
What's
your
her
wife
name?
this.
Romola?
Romola Garai.
Ooh. I don't know. He
Romola
doesn't
Garai.
want to lose the mystery.
She's a pretty big star in England.
Of course. A lot of.
Can you name something anybody else has watched?
No, that's the way. That's not how I roll.
Okay, I just started watching. I watched that. I keep screwing up the name. The Margot Needs Money or whatever. The
Yeah.
OnlyFans show, which
Yeah.
I loved. Quirky, weird, cute,
Michelle Pfeiffer's in it. You'd like it.
gorgeous. Oh my god,
So beautiful.
And we just started another one. I feel like I'm on the OnlyFans train. Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed. It's
Oh,
not.
wow. Is that a porn?
It's not total porn, but there's a little.
Jill was
There's
in that
somebody.
movie.
Yeah.
They call it cam boy, which I'd never heard that
I don't.
expression
Oh,
before.
a cam girl,
Yeah,
a cam
it's,
boy.
it's
Yeah,
an OnlyFans kind
Yeah.
of thing.
yeah.
Watching that
Church lady, where are you going?
I have a question. I looked at OnlyFans
on the TV.
last night. OnlyFans.
I looked
isn't-
away at the
isn't
porn
just-
stuff.
No, no, I know.
You know,
I
there are
it's more
chefs
than
on
that.
there. And I was thinking, since money's a little dry these days, I could do some feet modeling. Just saying.
I'll do it.
No, me. This is
No,
for
I'll
me.
do
You
it.
you've got money. I need money.
How do
I'll
you
do
know
my
I have
feet
money?
in some high heels. And then you don't have to say anything.
You
You
got those
just,
chicken legs. I don't know about the feet, but
how about those chicken legs? We got the
Oh,
hair.
they're
Oh,
so-
look at their tan.
yeah,
Yeah.
not as white as usual.
You
Well,
got
that
tan.
was white. You just
No,
made them that
they're
way.
Oh, we made that
very
up.
pale, very pale.
We indulged ourselves.
Also, I don't want to ask you what you're reading because God knows it'll be nothing I've ever heard of. But I just read a really strange shit book, and it's being made into a movie with Anne Hathaway. Yesteryear, if anybody's reading
Yes,
that
everybody-
book, oh, I know
Everybody in your cohort
it's a
is reading
vibe,
it.
it's a
Everybody's reading
conversation.
it. It's about a trad wife who goes back in history.
Don't tell too much. She's also a social media influencer.
And of course, as usual, I didn't read the book, but I'll tell you all about
Yeah,
it.
I'd like.
Thank you.
She goes
Best-
back
yeah.
and what?
She goes back to
In time?
18 whatever and lives that
And she
life.
fits in better there.
Well, next chapter. I just read a book in like a day of a guy named, and maybe you know him, our producer Scott, Howard Storm. You know Howard Storm? Howard Storm
Howard
was
Stern, we know.
Yeah. I
Howard
know.
Storm was a comedian who became an incredibly successful television director, and he died about a week ago. And he had noticed his book, so I got it on Kindle, got it on Medium, and I read the book. And he was really successful directing Mork and Mindy.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I used to hear, I didn't know Howard, But I used to hear when people went to see Robin, the director would get up and speak, and he was as funny as Robin was.
Oh, wow.
So
Pam was always lovely, Pam Dauber, when she was on.
Yeah.
and he says that, fortunately. But he said there was a moment where Robin Williams, who he said was just brilliant, but troubled. And his hero, of course, was Jonathan Winters. And finally, they got Jonathan Winters to come on the show. And Robin couldn't have been more excited. And they're treating Jonathan Winters like a king. And he said the sad part was Jonathan Winters started getting petty about Robin.
Oh, shoot.
You know, it's like,
Don't meet your heroes.
are these the number of lines I get? Or you think he's the funny one? I'm not exactly quoting, but it was like this. It was a
Yikes.
big disappointment. Yeah.
For Robin.
For
everyone.
everybody. Although
That's
Jonathan Winters was always the guy who did have some emotional, mental problems.
Oh, he did, just
Yeah.
like Robin.
Yeah.
Were you shocked to hear that about Robin
Oh
Williams?
God, yes. It's one of those I remember where I was kind of moments.
Well, he had
Did you interview him?
I once hung out with him. How did I want to hear the inside of the story? Huh? The year.
Oh, dear.
was-
Scott, what are you doing?
Sure.
The year was about 1991.
Can we make it quick? I have something to go to tonight.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I really would like to know about Robin Williams and how you met him. Go ahead. Steve,
year.
Robin.
You want the short version? I interviewed him at Junkets. I spent 4 minutes with him many times.
Can you
Yeah.
give me a single shot here? Think of it.
Camera comes
No,
in.
not my shirt.
Yeah, just the chest.
I was staying on a place that Dorothy basically owns now called Malibu Road.
Oh.
And I'm out there and I'm going for a run. You can picture running along
Yeah,
that road.
sure.
And there's somebody else running. And it's Robin Williams. And it's Robin Williams. And
Tom Hanks says he's always looking at the wrong camera.
we started, hey. And I could tell he had his head down. He didn't want to be recognized. But fortunately, he recognized me.
Yeah.
So, hey. Yeah. So we ran together up and down Malibu Road. And I asked him as we were running, because he ran fast, Robin, acting like I can do this. How is it all? Is it incredible? I mean, right now you are the moment of the moment
Wow.
of the moment. And he said to me,
So this was the 80s.
he said, it was like 1989.
Jeez, yeah.
I mean, and he said, no, that's why I need to get out of here and run. I need to get
Yeah.
out of here and run. It's a lot. It's
Mm.
just a lot. And I can imagine to be not only the hottest, but the most famous at that moment.
time. Oh.
At that moment, everybody's grabbing you,
Yeah.
wanting you. And that's my story.
That's a lot, though, for him. I mean, I think he always had, like, I know Jim Carrey has depression.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey talks about it.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
breaks up depression as deep rest on depression, deep rest on you.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, we talked about depression, but depression is so overwhelming. The best minds get destroyed because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
I mean, if that's, you think it's so dark that's your way out.
Yeah. Quick Jim Carrey story. I was doing a show called On Stage America. I don't know if anybody remembers that. It was a big show. It was Gary Smith and Dwight Hemme, who were the greats, producing and directing. And we had a thing on the show called On the Brink, where somebody was just going to happen. We had big stars on, but
Right.
and they had this kid named Jim Carrey.
From the Duck Factory.
And
From Yuck Yucks.
exactly,
Yeah.
from the Duck Factory, and which I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah.
And usually, we went on location, went to their house, but these guys, they just came to the dressing room.
Sure.
And I sat down to interview, what's your name again? Jim Carrey. All right. And I start talking to him. And I got, for an hour and 20 minutes, the best show in the history of the
I
world.
can't even
He gave
imagine.
me everything.
Freaking funny.
Everything that he had. I'd never seen him before, never heard
Wow.
him. I got every voice, every character. And he was dating Linda Ronstadt.
Oh my God. Yes.
I said to him, nobody would believe you were dating Linda Ronstadt. He said, I know. And then he started imitating her, and then he started imitating him on a date.
He's so brilliant.
And we didn't record all of that because it was so long. But I wish I could see that now.
Oh,
I think you guys know this story that when I interviewed him for In Living Color, and didn't really know who he was. We did the interview. He's hilarious.
Yeah,
Loved
yeah,
him so
yeah.
much. And we set up, because like one camera to
Yeah.
do the cutaway. So the photographer had to walk around to the back and, get the 2-shot. And when we were shooting the 2-shot, I've told you this, right? He stood up and pretended to take his pants off, which is something that you would not do now.
That's
But
hysterical.
then, oh my God.
He was a big star from where I came from. We both
Oh,
come
yeah,
from Burlington.
I have a question. We're going to wrap in a moment, but think of Don Rickles, because I keep seeing Don Rickles clips.
Oh, wow.
Could he play today?
Yes. Yes. Why not?
You think?
I used to see him every once in a while in Malibu. Do you remember a restaurant called Guido's that closed years
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah, I
It was
remember
sort of like a
Guido's.
hang.
Could he play today,
was
or would he
hilarious
be
there.
canceled?
Howard Stern still does his stuff. He's not Don Rickles, but there's still very
I mean,
acerbic
could
and
we?
glib and funny.
Could we do the kind of crap that
No,
we
but
did, the
again,
things
he would
we
have to
said?
do it for a certain audience. Like he would go to Vegas
Could he
and
go
the
on the
people.
Tonight Show? Could he go on and
Yes.
say, "Hey, look at the colored guy over here"?
Yes,
look at
and
that."
he would be ostracized, but it's like you can't get canceled if this is what you do and who you
See,
are.
I think he
Like who's
wouldn't-
gonna call?
I
who's
think
gonna?
he wouldn't, only because he'd be grandfathered in.
Like that time
Yes,
you and I in Vegas
exactly.
had our Vegas date and we went to see
Grandfather-
Jackie Mason. He couldn't say that stuff now.
He could, but
It was
I
my
do
God,
think
we laughed till we
grandfathered
cried.
in. I like that term.
Yeah, he'd be grandfathered. Let me on
Are
this
you
podcast.
being
Grandfathered.
On this
grandfathered
podcast,
in?
I'm grandfathered. in.
Okay.
Folks, please subscribe to
Yes.
this if you haven't.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody out there,
Hello?
No, we love that. We,
You
and also comments. We like that. We're going to
Yeah.
start reading some of your comments.
Yeah, if you see it on YouTube and there's room to comment, please comment wherever. If
Good,
you're on
bad,
YouTube,
ugly.
if you're listening to us on any of the
Sorry.
Spotify's and wherever you may be, I'm sorry for Dorothy.
We apologize.
And I'm sorry for Steve.
Yeah.
But we love you. We'll see you again next
And
time.
you know what?
Again, no
I
judgment.
love you both.
I do love you too.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Be grateful.
Be grateful.